What's poppin'? It's Shaman, and if you don't know me, Yu Yu Hakusho is an anime that shaped my childhood and me as a person, as it is one of the first animes I have ever watched, right alongside Dragon Ball and Shaman King. This show has such a place in my heart, I make it a ritual to rewatch this series at least once a year. So when I heard one of my favorite animes of all time was getting a live adaptation, I was hesitant. I couldn't help feeling a mix of excitement and worried given the track record of anime adaptations, because we all know how those turn out. So I watched all 5 episodes of this live action series. I got some feelings on it, and I'm going to dive into the question, does Yu Yu Hakusho break the anime adaptation curse? First off, let's address the format. With only 5 episodes, it's best to approach this as a long-form movie rather than a full-fledged series. The cramming of 60 episodes worth of content into such a short span of time, racing from the Spirit Detective arc to the Dark Tournament arc within 3 episodes, hits like a truck. And for those unfamiliar with Yu Yu Hakusho, I would like to introduce you to Yusuke Urameshi is a young delinquent in high school and might be anime's most drippiest character. He's a bully's bully who stands up for the weak. Despite his tough exterior, he's a good guy, and in my eyes, the show does his character justice. But for what I said, you know our boy Yusuke is not afraid to throw them hands, and he's not a stranger to violence. Another character I think they did very well, but it's also weird seeing him sexy now, is our boy Kuwabara. And in Kuwabara fashion, he wants to scrap with our boy Yusuke, and oh my god, did he just drop kick him? Play that back. God damn, my boy hit him with that stick meter. You'll see this as a trend of people not knowing to leave our boy Yusuke alone. However, this is just an average day for our boy. Everyone always trying him, even little Shouty telling him he a deadbeat and he should just go die. So he did. And oh my god, whoever animated this had to be a Truck-kun fan or something, because they did this scene crazy. This boy Truck-kun been isekai people since the 1980s. So moving swiftly into the action, Yusuke finds himself in the afterlife and comes face to face with the Grim Reaper, Botan. Appearing ready to accept his fate, Botan breaks the news to our boy, telling him that he can't go to the real afterlife. He's kind of caught in between because they didn't expect him to actually die, because they couldn't see him doing such a selfless action. Like, god dang, imagine the Grim Reaper of all people telling you that you was such a good for nothing, we didn't RSVP you for heaven. But because of his valiant efforts, Botan decides to take him to the underworld and meet the big baby boss man himself, who offers Yusuke another chance at life. And in real Yusuke fashion, he straight up denies him. But after some deep thought and seeing his friends and family really in pain of his passing and almost witnessing his girl turn into barbecue, our boy comes back for round 2. And for his first mission as Spirit Detective, him and Kuwabara gotta go whoop some nerd butt, showcasing the real meat and potatoes of the series being its amazing choreography. With amazing actors and cameramen, they never break the flow of the action whatsoever. Really give me a feel of them old Jackie Chan movies, the way how they use the environment to their advantage as well, which is great to see, because even though Yu Yu Hakusho does have a great story, we know we're all here for that action. But by the end of the fight, our boy pulls that church on Sunday and expels them demons out of the boy, giving him that Hand-O-Matic 3000. Pause. Soon after, we meet the 2 biggest F-boys of all the anime, and Mr. EDP himself, who goes to the playground showing all the kids his balls. I'ma tell you now, that man ain't beating those allegations. So Yusuke, having to pull a Skeeter Gene, has to run a fair one with this cupcake lover.
I am Skeet Hansen, and you just been skeeted in 4K.
After finishing with him, he goes and helps the mama's boy that might have made you into a furry. Then all left to deal with is Mr. Short King himself. And wow, look at that, we're already in the Dark Tournament arc. Yeah, like I said, the pacing accelerates rapidly as we try to condense down the storylines as much as possible, having them overlap from the Spirit Detective arc, breezing by the Genkai tournament, not even touching the beast of the Maze Castle, and then straight to rescuing Hiei's sister. Now see, this is why I say it feels more like a movie than a show, because the breakneck speed doesn't allow for much room for any type of character development or character chemistry, which I think is Tagashi's biggest strength in his writing, is making these characters feel real, relatable, and seeing the chemistry when other characters meet each other or are alone. Despite missing out on some other interesting characters, we are at least introduced to Tagore, Toguro with them inflatable anchor arms straight out of SpongeBob, as well as Genkai, who proceeds to walk down on our boy Yusuke, maintaining that whole anime fight aesthetic that they captured so perfectly. Even with the rush pacing, the series manages to convey the character's journey as they try to cram 2 arcs of growth into a training montage. But with the hard work and a lot of editing, Kuwabara taps into the Force and becomes a Jedi. But in Yusuke's case, he just trains because in this show, unlike the anime, he's supposed to get an egg that turns into this cute little guy named Pew that's supposed to help Yusuke unlock his true potential and increase his spiritual energy. But in what has to be one of the greatest marketing blunders of all time, Pew's not in this show, which also leaves us without Yusuke's iconic cave scene. Instead, we're left with Genkai being like, yo, you want the secret sauce? And Yusuke over there like, bet. Give me that. Well, that doesn't feel earned at all. Now kind of being like, F all that training, now you're ready for Toguro. They leave and Toguro comes in right after ready to pack up Mrs. Genkai. Nevertheless, even though with all the missed opportunities, the swaggiest boys in anime are finally reunited, ready for the dark tournament, which I don't have much input for as it's really just all 1v1 fight scenes that I feel like it's better when you watch yourself and get the full experience. You get to see Kurama go full on furry. He gets a really cool scene getting to show off his black dragon, and Yusuke and Kuwabara fighting up against the Toguro brothers, which I have to say in some of these scenes the CGI holds up and in others not so much, giving a really uncanny feel to them. Where some uncanniness works good with the older Toguro brother, as it just makes him look more creepier, everyone else's scenes kinda are hit and miss. But one scene that had me dying was when Toguro got tired of his brother talking that talk for him. He just 3-stalked that boy out the room. But Yusuke had to muster all his energy, turn that spirit gun into a Gallic gun, big bang attack, and blew a hole through that boy Toguro. In summary, I don't have much else to add, and I'm not gonna tell you the whole story, as it's a pretty simple 5 episodes and you can easily watch it yourself. To answer my question, does this Yu Yu Hakusho live action break the live action adaptation curse? And my answer to that is, kind of. Live adaptation's all right. While nothing can match up to the original, it does serve as a decent entry point for a lot of the newcomers, just like how people felt with the Cowboy Bebop series, as it's totally different from the show, but it made people go and check out that anime. And to me, if we get more people in the anime community, that's a win in my book. However, for existing fans, you might have some fun with it, but the deviations from the source material might leave you with a little bit of a sour taste and even disappointed. The rush pacing neglects some of the show's fun and potential, making me feel like how other adaptations are, is that it's not fully for the fan. Yeah, you could be a fan to have fun with it, but if it sparks interest in a new anime viewer, that's what fills its purpose. So I wanted to end this video off in my words. My feelings about this adaptation are mixed. The clever integration of arcs in just 5 episodes is commendable, but it's something that's hard to pull off, as it sacrifices the depth and growth of all the characters that we grew up with. But I would be lying to say if I wasn't in anticipation to see what the potential of the 2nd season when they tackled the chapter Black arc and how well they could pull that off. If they give it more episodes to breathe and grow, I think they can get it. But if they try to do it in another 5, I'ma feel a little iffy on that. But hopefully the creators of these shows heed the feedback and allow our beloved characters more room to breathe and develop. After all, one of Togashi's greatest strengths lies not in just his story, but in the relationship with his characters. Tell me what y'all think in the comments down below. Did you like the show? Did you not like it? Are you hyped for a 2nd season? And also like and subscribe while you're down there. But I do want to hear y'all feedback on this. I'm working on another video now I think y'all like, so I'll be talking to y'all soon. Peace.